Is the government poisoning our air, or are those jet streams in the sky harmless today? We expose the truth behind Chemtrails Conspiracy.
Motherfucker. Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of Conspiracy Idiocy. In the background you can see my shitty Halloween decorations, and here I am wearing this ridiculous Hawaiian shirt. Again. I'm also wearing this stupid captain's hat because, I don't know. I should probably call the show Conspiracy Captain or Captain Conspiracy instead. We'll see. This shirt looks stupider than the Hawaiian. So I changed back. It took me a few minutes, but to you it looked instantaneous. The power of editing. So today we're looking towards the sky. You guessed it. I mean, not really, it was in the title. Today we're looking at chemtrails. Is the government putting stuff in the air, doing stuff to us, turning the frogs gay, poisoning our water supply so that the gay frogs can take over? What the fuck kind of cloud is that? Die, you government bastard! So, what is the chemtrail conspiracy? Well, conspiracy theorists believe that the white lines we see that trail aircraft as they fly overhead are actually called chemtrails. It comes from contrails, which is what they actually are, but we'll get into that later. So, in this chemtrail is a chemical cocktail of aluminium, strontium, and barium sprayed from planes in a plot to control the weather, the population, and our food supply. This trail then dissipates over the population, spreading this toxic gas far and wide. It is believed that chemtrails are used to control the weather to help slow down or even stop global warming. So good, but these chemtrails also have a side effect of controlling and culling the population so bad. They're culling the herd while controlling the sky, those motherfuckers. So, conspiracy theorists claim that the chemtrails have chemicals in them that sterilize you slowly and also decrease your testosterone and increase your estrogen to keep you docile. It's also full of carcinogens and toxins to make you prone to cancers and diseases that will require you to get treatment and medication. Where the government can finally get what it wants, herd you into mandated health camps, or as people call them, concentration camps.
Basically, chemtrails is a geoengineering program where airplanes fly at high altitudes and they spray chemicals into the atmosphere, including aluminum, barium, and strontium, and then those metals fall to the ground.
Another theory is that it also includes aerosols that damage the hippocampus, so your perception of time speeds up so that you don't have any time in the day to get anything done, because the days are now flying by you too quickly. Again, to keep you docile and maybe from protesting the government. I don't know why I bother with this shit. So, to mitigate global warming, they spray chemtrails into the air to grow sun-blocking clouds, creating artificial cloud cover, essentially. I'm really trying hard not to sneeze right now, I have a cold. See, they're doing a terrible job of this because this was the hottest summer on record. However, they are doing this in secret because the chemtrails have a side effect of controlling the population and causing Alzheimer's and cancer and just damaging the environment and people.
And this is where it gets controversial.
The chemtrail conspiracy, it does actually have some elements of truth to it. A lot of it is based on geoengineering, how humans can control our natural environment, it's like genetic modification of crops, stuff like that. Another example is that the Leningrad Institute of Rainmaking was established in the Soviet Union in 1932. Chinese authorities used cloud seeding to ensure the opening ceremony of the 2008 Olympics wasn't washed out. Now, this field of geoengineering and being able to control the weather for crops and so forth, it's relatively new. It's not really a reality. However, this doesn't stop the conspiracy theorists. They believe that the government is already doing it and that they have intentions other than cloud seeding.
and it was manipulated on purpose, is an experiment on weather manipulation. It's been going on that long and earlier.
The beginnings of this conspiracy actually go back to August 1996, when the United States Air Force University published a paper titled Weather as a Force Multiplier, Owning the Weather in 2025. It's actually a fun paper. I love how it describes, in its list of enemies, rain. The paper goes on to discuss weather modification, that by the year 2025 it will be part of the national security strategy. The benefits being in war, they can use the weather against opposing forces. It goes on to detail scenarios in which the weather can be used during battles and so forth. It's actually kind of fun. It reads like a Tom Clancy novel. It talks a little about injecting chemicals into the air to help with weather control, but that's about it. Unfortunately, it mentions nothing of controlling the population using these methods. No, conspiracy theorists can take the credit for that themselves. Shit, I forgot my tinfoil hat. Now, I know what you're thinking, fellow tinfoil hat wearer. Of course it doesn't mention anything about population control in that paper. That's a public document. The proof is in the metaphorical pudding. After all, did you know that in a 2011 study, 17% of respondents believed it was at least partly true that streaks in the sky left by aircraft are actually attempts by the government to secretly spray harmful chemicals into the atmosphere? 17% can't be wrong. Well, don't worry, I searched far and wide to bring you the latest undeniable proof that chemtrails are legit. Like this. That's clearly a chemtrail. Fight me if you think I'm wrong.
One thing I don't get is how people still deny chemtrails. You know, for a lot of us it's common knowledge and it's easily observable. People see the shit and they still won't believe their own eyes. Their intuition is broken and they're easily manipulated into agreeing with complete nonsense from the mainstream media.
See, this guy knows what's up. I gotta tip the tinfoil hat to him.
And sometimes the mainstream media even does stories on chemtrails and the programs that utilize these things.
Yeah, so you easily believe in whatever the mainstream media spouts at you, you sheeple. So let's go back a second and take a look at the clip I showed.
The truth is, these people are either clueless or they are being paid to ridicule the topic in order to turn people away. Even before I started researching this subject, I knew that chemtrails were real just by looking at them. Seeing completely blue skies turn into milky, misty, otherworldly looking alien skies, it just gets so ugly and you could see the hazy particles in the atmosphere all day. Furthermore, just take a quick look at the infamous NASA document that was leaked in 2001. It goes over aerosol warfare. So check this out. This was written by Dennis M. Bushnell, chief scientist at NASA Langley Research Center. Future Strategic Issues, Future Warfare, circa 2025. The future is now.
So I actually went back and reviewed the document in question, The Future Is Now. It's actually just a PowerPoint detailing ways future wars can be fought. It talks about all the different ways future wars can be fought, not just chemtrails. It details AI and nanobots, for example. The actual only mention of chemtrail-like weaponry is on page 43, and it says pathological, meaning diseases to help combat the enemy, which is absolutely nothing new. They used chemical warfare in World War I, but when this article was posted on a conspiracy forum, people went nuts.
And check this out. We go to metabunk.org where this dude named Chuck is like, I found this supposed NASA document. Is it real? And Mick West replies, it's not a new document. It's an old PowerPoint presentation from 2001. There's nothing new in it that's not in many other books and papers on the future of war or futurism in general.
I love how he puts on an accent when quoting the debunker.
Then it just goes on talking that usual Mick West bullshit.
Mick West bullshit? You mean scientific, peer-reviewed articles? Okay.
But still, fuck Mick West.
Yeah, fuck Mick West. Fuck him. Sharing public knowledge and debunking your theory before it even gets off the ground. Fuck you, Mick West. The video then goes on to share some clips of a movie called Shade. I don't know why Eric was that. That's what it's actually called. It's all about geoengineering and talks about chemtrails quite a bit. Here's some scenes from the trailer so we know what we're getting into. Fascinating.
What if you knew your very own government was implicated in spraying poisonous metals and toxins on the population?
I'm not surprised. I mean, let's look at the history. In the last 100 years, it's been proven and completely declassified information. They've been experimenting on people without their consent or will or knowledge. At the same time that they were spraying, my health started to get worse.
It's government control of everything in our lives. Everything from the cereal you eat, everything to the air you breathe, how many times you flush your toilet. It's everything. And that's what they're trying to do, is micromanage how we live, who lives, where we live, what we eat.
It's so sad because, our children, nowadays, our children can see the blue sky. And
how do chemtrails relate to depopulation?
I guess the only way to know just what is being dispersed from these aerosols in our skies known as chemtrails.
No rain. Sorry.
Is to actually get your rainwater tested.
when I was young, I thought, skies are blue.
I mean, if we don't wake up and do something right now, our future is just totally screwed.
If I'm honest, there are too many stupid points in this trailer to get into. Okay, here's something else. A few years ago, a group of scientists, doctors, and pilots actually got up to talk about chemtrails. First up, here we have a pilot. Or should I say, former pilot. I have no idea why he's still wearing the uniform.
What we're seeing now, and I first could not believe it, and I started looking at the skies, and these are not normal. They're not natural.
Yeah, that's why he's a former pilot.
There's something going on. I don't know who it is or why they're doing it. All I can testify is it's not natural and it's not normal. It's got to be some outside influence doing it.
Good point, former pilot guy. There's something weird. It's not normal or natural. What an insight.
Thank you.
I'm here to give you testimony that chemtrails, they're not contrails, are indeed real. They're spraying almost every day. I watch the clouds and watch the spraying program going on. I want to tell you that we're in very great danger.
In the snow on Mount Shasta, pristine Mount Shasta, 61,000 micrograms per liter, 4 times the amount that is found in the soil up there. Where in the hell is this stuff coming from if it's not coming from the soil?
Here's the actual scientific tests. The conspiracy theorists are just shitty scientists. What are the odds?
We have clouds in the sky we've never seen before. Almost every day I'm seeing clouds I've never seen before.
That's a new cloud. I've never seen that one before. Holy shit. Guys, I think I got a chemtrail. Looks like a chemtrail to me. What the fuck kind of cloud? That's a new one, alright. Haven't seen that one before.
So the drama is our children. ADD started in the 70s. Autism was not on the radar. There was no documents, there was no information.
As a wildlife biologist, I've been watching the ecosystem collapse. When you lose all your stream organisms, when you have aluminum overload in your streams, you're killing your microbial bacteria and you're disrupting the entire ecosystem. So it goes way beyond just a little bit of pollution.
Okay, so again, we have too many stupid points to go into. Chemtrails are non-existent. They are just contrails. Contrails are the hot, humid exhaust from jet engines mixed with the atmosphere, which at high altitude is of much lower vapor pressure and temperature than the exhaust jets. The water vapor contained in the jet exhaust condenses and may freeze, and this mixing process forms a cloud very similar to the one your hot breath makes on a cold day. That's it. People are confusing geoengineering and futuristic military discussion. People may be able to fight the enemy by spraying chemicals from planes, I'm sure they are. But if you look at your own window, it's just a regular, everyday jet exhaust. A reoccurring thread you'll see in conspiracy theories is that people want to believe there's a secret government controlling everything, from population to food to wars.
Man will never cease to amaze me.
They'd rather not believe the truth, which is that no one in politics really has a clue what they're doing. The world is chaotic, leaderless, and disorganized, so I don't think anybody would really bother with chemtrails. I'm sure they could do it if they really wanted to, but when you look outside, you're just seeing contrails. They're not controlling the population using jets. They already do that through just mass media. If you watch The Big Bang Theory, you're already way more retarded than anything chemtrails could do to you. Look at your own government leaders and politicians. Do they really look smart enough to pull this off? Plus, I mean, wouldn't they be doing this to themselves? They also live, you know, on Earth, breathe in the atmosphere. No, conspiracy theorists would rather believe that no matter how bad things are, that we're all going to hell in a handbasket, someone is in charge. Someone has a plan. They don't. Fucking Kylie Jenner posted this tweet, so if you need any further proof it's stupid, well, you don't now. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Mike out.